Hello everyone, today we are going to present co-teaching. For classroom context, we are choosing year 5. The number of total students is 25. There are 10 boys and 15 girls. The number of students that are above the standard is 5. At the standard is 15. Below the standard is 5. The number of EEL students is 3. The number of gifted students is 2. There are some things that the teacher needs to be aware of. There are a few students are required extra attention to. A student who has autism spectrum disorder, a dyslexic student who has writing disorder, and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, a student who is extremely sensitive. These students are all below the standard. Student needs. For the whole class, the most effective way for students to learn is through hands-on activities. Most of the students enjoy listening to the books or watching videos. However, the class is energetic generally, which means students are easy to raise their voice or not pay attention to the task when they are excited. Additionally, the students who often finish the task early are very talkative and they often disturb others when they finish the task early. Although the majority of students are at the standard, there are still some students are either above or below the standards. In order to satisfy all the students' needs, the teacher must differentiate his or her teaching. As for individual needs, every student in the classroom is unique, and each one has own needs. In this presentation, we organize these needs into several groups. For the students who are below the average, it's possible that the students are not below the average on all subject area. Thus, the teacher needs to specify which area the students do not understand, then provide help such as small group teaching. For the students who are above the average or gifted students, they often find the tasks are too easy and finish the task early. To encourage them to learn more, the teacher can provide additional questions or challenging questions for them when they finish the task early. For EL students, since their first language is not English, they need the teacher to pay more attention to developing their English skills. For example, the teacher can provide after-school English workshop, lower-level vocabulary list, or easier reading list. As for autism spectrum disorder students, they have difficulties as for ASD students, they have difficulties with theory of mind, which is one of their core cognitive deficit. Other difficulties including impairments in imagination and play. The teacher can help them by providing a quiet place, keeping the student work with him the same, or teaching social skills explicitly. For ADHD students, these students frequently lack skills required in the real world, including problem solving, time management, fiscal responsibility, personal accountability, communication skills, and public speaking. For these students specifically, he has writing disorder too. On the one hand, the teacher needs to help him with writing skills. On the other hand, he needs extra strategies for dealing with ADHD, such as providing him opportunities for physical activity or moment breaks during period of time when students need to sitting or working quietly.
Hi, so I'm going to talk about what is co-teaching. So co-teaching is when partnering or team teaching with another educator. so work together in the same classroom to plan, organize, instruct, and make assessments on the same group of students. So for the primary responsibility of regular education teachers, they have to use their skills to instruct students in curricula dictated by the school system. And for the primary responsibility of special education teachers, they have to provide instruction by adapting and developing materials to match the students' learning style, their strengths, and the special needs of each of the students in the classroom. So for the co-teaching models, when doing co-teaching, it can be used in several established models which are useful for the collaboration of regular and special needs teachers. In 1996, Friend and Cook have developed 6 approaches to co-teaching that are widely used and have proven to be successful to guide teachers who work together in co-teaching partnerships. So the first one is co-teaching, one observing, station teaching, parallel teaching, alternative teaching, teaming, and one teaching, one assisting. So these are the example of the 6 models. So one teacher leads instruction while the other teacher gathers data by observing. It is used when data needs to be collected. So this is one teach, one observe. So for the station teaching, we can see that students are broken into 3 or more groups with same level or not. So teachers can provide direct instruction at the stage or monitor multiple stations. So the small groups rotate around the stations. Its purpose is to decrease students-teacher ratio, present targeted instructional content or cooperative learning. And for the parallel teaching, so we can see the teachers one in this part and another one in the other part of the classroom. So students are divided into 2 homogeneous groups, and each group is led by a co-teacher. So receiving the same content but through differentiated instruction. The purpose of the parallel teaching is to decrease students-teacher ratio also and target students' instructional needs. So for the alternative teaching, based on the previous assessments, both teachers may decide which students need help. Like we mentioned in the classroom, like some AL students or students below the average. So one teacher can works with the students need further help, while the other continues to provide acceleration instruction. The purpose of alternative teaching is to reteach the at-risk students while providing accelerated content to the remaining students. And for the team teaching, we can see that 2 co-teachers work together at the front of the classroom. So the purpose of that is to share the role of lead teacher in delivering instruction and providing student support. For example, both teachers may facilitate a discussion while performing different roles, such as writing on the board, emphasizing key points. And the last one teach, one drift. As one teacher leads the whole class, the other teacher provides support, answer questions, monitor students' behavior, like the students who has the ASD in our classroom. So the purpose of one teaching, one assisting is to deliver instructions and monitor students' progress.
So I'm going to talk about the literature on the efficacy and effectiveness of co-teaching strategy in the classroom. So the first, we found that student satisfaction have been considered as an important factor as to measure efficacy and social validity of the teaching strategy. So I found 2 studies have been researched about this area. The first study has been researched by Diaka, and he found that the overall satisfaction with the co-teaching instructional practice, and students have been received more academic assistance and had fewer behavior problems in the co-taught classroom. And another study by Gerber and Pop in 1999 shows that students liked co-teaching and they received more teachers' help and attention. And students also learn things well through hands-on activities in the co-taught classroom. And the teachers' perceptions are also as an important factor to be considered. Several studies have reported that co-teachers have more positive perceptions of co-teaching. They have found that students have been improved self-confidence, academic performance, social skills, and peer relationships. And special educators, like educators that need to be take care of our students, like ADHD students or autism students, they have found that co-teaching was sufficient to meet their needs too. And for the academic performance of students, co-teaching have been really helpful for them because according to a study that's been researched by Han and Vabren in 2009, all students have been improved their academic performance during their co-taught year, and students with disabilities had higher academic performance in the co-taught classroom too. And there have been also a significant differences in the reading and math national curve equivalents of students with disabilities. And another study that's been research completed by Ria, McLaughlin, and Walter Thomas, they have found that students with learning disabilities earned higher course grades in their content areas, and the students with disabilities has earned more comparable mean scores on the reading comprehension, science, and social studies subtest of basic skills. And for the behavioral performance of students, according to a study that's been examining co-teaching, they have found that behavioral performance has been improved significantly, and students with disabilities had more appropriate behaviors in co-taught classroom than they did in resource classrooms. And another co-teaching strategy report have also found that students exhibited appropriate behaviors in the co-taught classrooms. And one way to explain this is to consider the importance of behavioral models from peers. Because when you see that your classmates have been really focused on the classroom and what teachers are teaching, other students will likely to be just like their classmates too. And for the evaluating co-teaching strategy, as we know that co-teaching strategies support students with academic achievement, physical and social and intellectual characteristics. Okay. As we know that co-teaching strategy has been support students with the academic achievement, physical, social, and intellectual characteristics, and have been also support students with gender, language, religion issues, and also support students with ADHD, like we've been talking about in our classroom setting. And the way to ensure this is to involve the effective interpersonal communication in the classroom, and also the creation of an accepting climate of our students. And also teachers need to appreciate each other's curriculum expertise, and also the collaborative definition of essential knowledge, and the continuous and collaborative planning. So to involve those things, teachers need to foster a cooperative and caring learning environments which can promote individual differences and socialization, which can help students with their mental health. And teachers are encouraged to use a variety of instructional arrangements when possible, such as team teaching, across age grouping, and peer tutoring. And also, it's important for teachers to also facilitate a caring relationship with their students, have a commitment, or acknowledge and appreciate students' effort. And also, it's important for teachers to know how to connect today's adolescents who may face challenges in their home life and bring with them a high-tech learning lifestyle. And also, it's important for teachers to provide supportive, encouraging environments and continuous feedback to their students. And thank you for listening to our presentation. Here is our reference. Thank you.